April, over to you. Okay, hello and welcome everybody, and thank you for joining us at the summit. The nonprofit summit is something PMO advisory feel very strongly about. And part of the reason is that we have been working with nonprofit for a very long time. And over the course of our experiences working with nonprofit, in my case, started in about 2001 at Consumer Reports. What I found is that nonprofit organizations are, of course, passionate about their mission, their vision, their strategies, but they also have extraordinarily hurdles that in which differentiates project management from the for-profit organization. And this is partly because of the funding and sometimes the uncertainties of funding. It could be resources constraints. Nonprofit often face a lot more constraints. And they have far more stakeholders from not just the volunteers, the donors, the grantors, but also the mission, the community in which they serve. So we're very proud to put together this summit. Even though it's a short 4-hour summit, we try to have it twice a year. So hopefully everyone here gains something important that they can take away and back to their nonprofit organizations. So thank you again for joining us. In our agenda today, we have three main topics, and then we have an expert Q&A. And the time is a little bit approximate, but we're going to start with Dr. Letha Eggers on turning growth into stability, embedding project management in a nonprofit research division. It'll give you a hands-on case for which hopefully you can relate to it and take away some of the key learnings to your organization. Then we have Miss Mimi Rosenfeld talking about the rules of engagement, project management strategies for nonprofit. We hope that these strategies are practical, relevant, timely, and especially in this, let's say, uncertain time that we live in today, these strategies can hopefully help you boost your effectiveness as well as efficiency. And then finally, we have a little bit longer presentation presented by myself, Dr. T. Wu, as well as Anthony Pavlich. And what we like to do is help non-organizations as they plan projects to start in the right footing. And we came up with this 7 questions that I think every project manager, and to be fair, not just nonprofits, that's for every project. 7 questions that project managers should ask and get at least reasonable responses before they embark on the project, because that will give a much, much, much higher probability of success. And then we'll end the day with a Q&A. People have submitted questions. We found 4 of them to be especially relevant here, and we'll present our thoughts on those 4 questions. So that's the agenda for today. As I pitched earlier about the nonprofits, I think nonprofits are a vital part of the US economy. It is about 10% of the workforce, about 10% of the total in terms of the GDP contribution, but it also plays an outsized role in the lives of people. And today, from food pantries to long lines, we can see the importance of nonprofit in everything we do. And I suspect in 2026, sadly, the healthcare sector, especially around the nonprofit, will have to blossom in some case to really help people and our citizens with, um, let's just say, with the gaps that they're about to fill. So, with that said, I hope everybody sit back and enjoy. Now, a couple of ground rules, things we want to talk about. We provided and created a very robust program guide, and hopefully provides you information about speakers and topics, the advisory board members, which really thank you very much for helping us and guide us through this journey. All our topics, by the way, we are a PMI authorized training partner. So all our presentations can earn PDUs, professional development units. So for the project managers out there with PMPs and other certifications, you can benefit and claim professional development units. Those are all listed in the program guide. In case you don't have it, you could scan the QR code here, and later we'll provide this link in the chat. So for those of you who don't have it, you can still download it. Next. So let's talk about the nonprofit summit. We started hosting this last year, and sorry, earlier this year, and we found it to be extraordinarily relevant and practical. We received excellent feedback from project management professionals, but not just project management professionals. This is really designed for all nonprofit professionals working in the field. And here in our PMO advisory summits, we don't shy away from hard topics. We don't really apologize in the senses that our summits isn't really necessarily make you feel great. As I'm sure people have attended a lot of professional sessions, conferences, and summits, it's about energy and creating the right vibe. In our case, yes, we love to have the energy and right vibe, so it's not dismissing it. But we want to address harder questions. We want to make it practical, relevant, applicable, so you can take away and apply that. So hopefully you'll see in our case study today, in Ms. Rosenfeld's presentation, in our case, give you 7 questions to ask. So maybe not simplify, but definitely try to make project management accessible to everyone. Next slide. Couple of guidelines during the summit. We have both the chat and the Q&A open. The chat is really more designed for networking. If you see people here, if you have sort of general questions about the summit, feel free to use the chat. Occasionally, the speakers may also ask people to use chat for their sort of response and get some quick feedback. But if you have Q&A questions, please use the Q&A feature. It is moderated between Anthony and myself will moderate the Q&A and we'll bring it to the speaker at the right time. Our general sort of format is we have about 45 to 50 minutes of presentation with 3 to 5 minutes of Q&A, depending on how much time allocated. And then at the end, we'd like to give everybody at least a 3 to 5 minute bio break so you could take a quick sip of coffee and then come back for the next session. Our final session is a little bit longer, so it'll break that rule, but that's how we intend to do it in general. So again, use chat sparingly, but if something that you want to use and communicate, feel free to do so. Use Q&A for more formal questions. Next slide. This is just a start of the conversation. And what we'll do is later, especially in the last part, we'll have the Q&A. Again, we have about 4 questions for today. We will post the responses also on our LinkedIn forum. And we create a dedicated LinkedIn forum just for this group, project management professions, and as well as nonprofit business professionals. So feel free to join us. Again, we'll provide that QR code later in the chat so you can also join if you missed this. But this is where we continue our conversation. Now, we're planning our next summit, by the way, for the nonprofit in April of this year, on the last day of the volunteer week, I think around April 24th. Don't quote me on the exact date, 2026. So if you have things you'd like to see, feel free to also send us thoughts, and we will try to make it happen. Given this is a virtual summit, of course, emergencies can happen. Technology can go down. And I'm taking this from my house because it has a better internet connection via Fios. But I have to say, last couple of weeks, it actually went down twice. So just in case it goes down, hopefully it's just local, and Anthony, who is my backup host, can still continue the conversation. But if there is a general problem, wait for 10 minutes and try again. By the way, if it's local on your side, you have to figure out how to resolve that. But if there is a general down, wait for 10 minutes, try again. And if it doesn't work, then we'll send out a message to reschedule. Also, I should mention the presentations are all recorded, and we will make the recording available in about a week's time. So if you miss a part you'd like to go back to, you'll have a chance to do so as well. Before we sort of end this welcome and introduction, I want to express my appreciation for my team, for my advisory board members, and most importantly, for the speakers today. So you could see everyone. And by the way, if you have an urge to contribute and help us, consider speaking, consider joining our advisory board. We like to hear voices from different sides. attract speakers from different fields in different perspective. Again, we don't shy away from difficult topics. So finally, here's my contact information. Feel free to connect with me, but I'll see everybody later on throughout the summit as well. That's all I have for right now, and we have about 3 minutes before our first speaker. Thank you so much, and I wish everyone a both a fun, but more importantly, a educational experience and have something that you can take away with you after the summit. So thank you, and I'll see everybody in the rest of the summit.